and best jewelry store in Port St. Lucie, Fort Pierce, and Vero Beach. Year after year, you voted us #1. Have you been wondering what your valuables are worth? Bring them in. We'll tell you, and we'll pay you top dollar. Why sell to us? Because we buy your jewelry as jewelry, not scrap. And we resell everything on our international auction platform and in our local stores. The demand has never been higher for fine jewelry, signed jewelry pieces, coins, coin collections, paper money, Rolex and all luxury watches, and even designer purses. Free confidential appraisals and house calls available. We've moved across the parking lot, but still on US 1 and Walton Road in Publix Plaza. Google us and then come see us last.
The opinions expressed are those of the show's host and not the staff or management of Port St. Lucie Broadcasters. Any reproduction without written consent of WSTU and WPSL is strictly prohibited. Now it's time for Quality of Life Radio, brought to you by Cigna and Aetna Medicare. Here are your hosts, Gary Owen and Tom Bouvier.
Hello, beautiful people, and good morning. Welcome to the world-famous Quality of Life radio show. It is November the 8th. Only 54 more days left before a new year. It will be 2023. My question that I pose to my esteemed colleagues here in the station, how did we get here so fast? Unbelievable how time is flying. So we appreciate you tuning in to the world-famous Quality of Life radio show. I'm your host, Gary Owen. I'm the president of Owen Insurance Group.
You're the extraordinary, fabulous, amazing, powerful, good-looking host, Gary Owen. You left out a few adjectives.
He's buttering me up for something.
Oh, yeah. And I'm your happy, joy-filled co-host, Tom Bouvier.
You know, we've got some really great information to share with you all today. But first of all, for those of you that are watching on Facebook Live, thank you. Share us with your friends and family. We have a very special powerhouse guest in the studio this morning that we're going to introduce to you here shortly.
And feel the heat.
Well, here we go. So the emergency alerts are out there. It woke me up at 10:30 last night. For some reason, I don't know why they did it last night at 10:30.
At least it's not like in school. We have to get under the tables and out in the hallway for a nuclear war.
Just wear your hat and sunglasses. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the storm, too, because actually it's one of our topics that we're going to chat about this morning. But you're listening to us on WSTU 1450 AM and WPSL 1590 and Facebook Live. And also for those of you that are tuning in 47 other countries, you're probably tuning in via Alexa on TuneIn. So thank you all for tuning in this morning. And Tom, we have 3 segments to our show, and tell us more.
Absolutely. Gary, we come here every Tuesday morning, you and I, to bring relevant content to our listeners. And so even though we may have fun and it sounds like we're just joking around, we actually bring information that can improve the quality of your life. And we also love to support and showcase local business owners, whether they're nonprofit organizations, even politicians have come on. We have a wonderful guest who Gary will be introducing here in just a moment. But Gary, we bring information, education about insurance planning, you and I, to help improve people's quality of life.
And Tom and I make it real, right? So we're very transparent, very honest. Of course we're reputable. We've been here for 36 years on the Treasure Coast, and we always do what's right for our clients. And Tom and I love to share with you some tidbits from the field. What I call it. Tidbits from the field. What happened in our life at our office for the past week with Medicare consumers, Medicare beneficiaries, people coming onto Medicare, so you can learn from their mistakes, some of the things that they have done. So, and then the second part of our show, we're going to share with you 10 fun facts. And today, since we have Tropical Storm Nicole bearing down on us, we're going to do 10 fun facts about tropical storms. And then the third part of our show, as Tom mentioned, we're going to provide straight old-fashioned straight talk about Medicare, life, health, insurance planning. So stay tuned for that. But without any further ado, I am so excited to share with you our guest and introduce to you our special guest. Katherine Culhane is the Associate Director of the SBDC. SBDC is the Small Business Development Center, and you're based at the Indian River State College.
Right.
So, Katherine, good morning. Glad to have you with us.
Good morning. It's great to be here, and I'm excited to talk about one of my favorite topics this morning, and loving to work with all these small businesses that we support here on the Treasure Coast. That's what we do at the Small Business Development Center. We're a team of certified consultants absolutely dedicated to supporting small businesses with no-cost consulting and at very, very high value.
So it's amazing because I had no idea till you and I met.
Yeah.
I had no idea that as a small business owner, been doing this for 5 years. I had no idea that you were out there, Katherine.
Yeah, we are. We're out
It's amazing.
there. We're out there and we're telling our story and we're doing those parades. But it seems that it's almost too good to be true. There's that sense sometimes.
Yeah, what's the catch?
I don't know. There is no catch. I mean, we're tax funded. We're partners of the SBA. We're really here for you. I think the perception may be if it's no cost, maybe it's not that valuable. It's not the case.
Absolutely agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So tell us, before we get smack dab in the middle of SBDC and what you do and how you can help small businesses like you're helping us, a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So my background over the many, many years was in banking and lending. I'm basically a retired banker. Middle management, upper management, did lots of all those certifications, worked with small business borrowers for lots and lots of years. Later in life, which I'm doing now, I'm not going to stop consulting. I love working with my small business owners. I've also developed a passion, and this is over 25 years, for these topics: emotional intelligence, self-development, team building, improving, making healthier organizations. So that's kind of when you and I first met, Gary, and you said, I've got this radio show, and I said, wow, I will come on and talk about this topic. So SBDC has certified me through a very creditable company that works nationwide called TTI Insights. So I have certifications in emotional intelligence and in a behavioral assessment that you're all very familiar with called the DISC program, which absolutely measures and helps us understand how we approach what we do, how we go about reaching our goals, working in a team, preferences, patterns that we will probably always have. So once we get aware of those and can kind of connect with each other, it sort of crashes those assumptions, it's a very neutral kind of approach, opens a lot of dialogue. So that's really what I'm here to talk about. And now, today's election day. So let's just think about the lack of emotional intelligence around us.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The lack of it.
I mean, honestly.
Sorry, I just got that.
Honestly, it's
good.
just scary stuff because, and I'm going to bring this up because I just found something that supports what I do and my passion for doing it. There's a new book that has come out. It's by a writer for the New York Times called The Chaos Machine. He's Max Fisher. He is describing to us how social media, and we all know this, how it's affecting us, our brains, our thinking, our behavior, is so designed to create outrage in order to engage more and more individuals. So there's never been more of a need to really improve our emotional intelligence. And the good news, the really good news, neuroscientists are proving again and again that emotional intelligence can be developed, practiced. EQ is 80% more likely to get you successful in life, in relationships, in the ways that really are most important than IQ. They're learning it again and again. Daniel Goleman wrote his book in 1985. He was amazed himself how it affected corporate America.
That makes a lot of sense.
It's tremendously valuable. Again, it's all about the goal. The goal here, it's got to be healthier behavior, better communication, improving these environments, and doing it together with the strengths that we actually bring.
And it's amazing how, when you do that, how much it improves your business.
Totally. It absolutely increases the bottom line. Morale, retention, development, keeping people, improving your culture. Absolutely is so vital. And when you do this, and to me, whenever I bring this in to a company, I see it as a gift that employer is giving. I really do, to that staff, because it takes some time to sit back and really look at all of this and understand that we're unique, but we have these wonderful strengths. And yes, we do have some shortfalls based on some of these patterns that we have. So the more aware we are, the more we can work through them together.
Well, I can certainly vouch for the fact that Katherine and the SBDC does provide phenomenal value. We're in the middle right now. Of course, our busiest season is Medicare open enrollment, but we're trying to, Tom and I are the only two holdouts to do this DISC assessment.
Yes.
Everyone else in my office has it completed. They kind of enjoyed going through that.
Yes.
And gave me some positive feedback about it. And they said it was spot on.
Yes.
Spot on.
Oh, I'm loving to hear that. And I hear it all the time, but I haven't heard it from your group yet. I've got that pleasure in front of me still. So I'm so glad to hear that. That's typically the response. It's amazing. It's their input.
So when are you going to send the bill to Owen Insurance Group?
Oh, you see that? That's the beauty of it. We are at SBDC, and it's.
I just wanted
I
the
will
hearers
tell you.
to hear that, the listener to hear that again.
actually believe
Small
it?
business owners, this is an opportunity of a lifetime.
It's a
Absolutely,
tremendous
Tom.
It
opportunity.
could, you could pay. I know, because we get pitched on all kind of other paid
Absolutely.
programs. We could spend thousands and thousands of dollars.
Absolutely.
And the result of your work with our group, I'm anticipating, is going to improve
I'm
all of our.
excited about it. Truly am.
I am too.
But I want to bring up the
thank you.
fact that we purchased through the CARES Act money after our last disaster, after COVID. We went ahead and actually purchased these so that I've got a bank of them. So they're finite. So they truly are. So, when I offer it and when I say, have you done this yet? Because once I give it to you, it's gone. I can never give it to anybody else, that particular assessment. So we've provided this through CARES Act money. We still have lots of them. And because I honestly, passionate, excited, improving emotional intelligence, improving communication, building healthier teams, I want to use them all.
Well, listen, if
Yeah.
you're a small business out there,
Yes.
there's no limit to the size of a business that you can help.
Well, we can work with a team of 2 to 20.
There you go.
I'm working with a corporation also, with one of our local banks. I'm working with their managers team. And again, especially now at the end of the year, as we're going into strategic planning for next year.
Yes.
How those teams maybe could be more effective working together.
So we'll talk about some
Yes.
strategic planning when we come back from our break. But real quick, Katherine, for those small business owners out there who are listening right now, who want to call and get on that finite number, who do they call, or what number, or
Well,
what
they're gonna
website
call
can
me,
they go?
and I'm going to give you that number, which is supposed to be, it's my I don't want to give you my cell phone number, which is what I've been using.
Here, I'll give it
for
to
you,
him.
Gary. Most of my clients have been using my cell phone number with COVID, working from home, wherever I am. But that office number is the real number, so let's use that number. Would you give it to them, Gary?
Do you have the real number?
I'll
send
look it up on the email
Well, all right,
that
so
you sent
we'll
me.
be
My
looking up
card.
for the real number. When we come back from break, we're going
Here
to
it
give you
is.
the real number to call and to get a hold of Katherine and set up an appointment. You're listening to the Quality of Life radio show on WSTU 1450 AM and WPSL 1590 AM and on Facebook Live. So hang tight, stay tuned, grab another cup of Joe, take a tinkle. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back. Hello, this is Gary Owen of the Owen Insurance Group. We are a local independent insurance agency located right here on the Treasure Coast. I've been a resident here for 34 years and have helped thousands of clients with their insurance planning needs. We specialize in life, health, and Medicare insurance planning. Don't travel the road alone. Let us be your guide. We are the Owen Insurance Group. Contact us today at 772-210-1020 or visit our website at oweninsurancegroup.net.
Age comes with wisdom, and wisdom comes with benefits. That's especially true when it comes to Medicare. So make the wise call and go to CignaWise.com to compare your Medicare Advantage plan to Cigna today. Cigna offers dental coverage and $0 primary doctor visits in most areas. Hearing, vision, and an over-the-counter allowance all in one plan. You can even earn rewards for doing healthy activities. So go to CignaWise.com and compare your Medicare Advantage plans to Cigna today. Again, that website is CignaWise.com. Cigna Medicare Advantage, because wisdom comes with benefits. Benefit options vary by plan and service area. You must reside in the plan service area. Cigna is contracted with Medicare for PDP plans, HMO, and PPO plans in select states, and with select state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in Cigna depends on contract renewal.
You are listening to WSTU, Stewart, Jupiter, and Indiantown, Martin County's Heritage Station.
All right, welcome back to the Quality of Life Radio Show. There's no hurricane in the studio. It's just Tom kicking my camera, but that's okay. It feels good. He's shaking his head. Don't stop. All right, so we have a very phenomenal guest with us this morning. If you're just tuning in, Katherine Culhane, she's the Associate Director for the SBDC, the Small Business Development Center at the Salerno campus, Indian River State College. If you are a small business owner, you need to pay attention to today's show. If you are looking for to get some value, this is the one program that will bring value to your business, bring value to your staff. And Katherine, you've been doing this for such a long time. The experience you have is amazing.
Oh, well, the whole background for sure in organizational development. And again, I got my degree very late in life because I was excited about consulting in organizational development. But because we're talking about that storm, I really do want to reference this. We at the SBDC, we are the provider of emergency bridge loans. When a storm comes, we are first responders, basically, to the business community to partner with SBA to do those economic injury disaster loans and help our clients get those, and to do the emergency bridge loan. And I say that I work with a great team of people. Tom Kindred is our director, and I understand right now this morning he's at the Emergency Operations Center, and because they're already doing whatever planning needs to be done on a preliminary basis, so that we're ready to hit the ground running. Should this be that awful disaster that Fort Myers just experienced?
Yeah. Thank God we see the storm turning a little to the north. We're thankful for that. I mean, obviously we're concerned about our neighbors to the north, but it looks like Martin County will be spared the direct hit out of this.
I hope so.
So we're praying and hoping that does happen. And we had a meeting last night. We actually had a Medicare presentation in St. Lucie West last night. We had about 22 attendees. And then tomorrow night we have another. So we're going to share some information with you. Tom and I will let you know when we're going to be having our Medicare workshops. We're going to start having them regularly now.
Great.
Every month, except on in December. December is too busy with the holidays and so forth. So if we don't have it this Wednesday, we'll let you know what the makeup date is. We do have about 5 seats left. So if you're interested in attending one of our Medicare 101 workshops, you can call our office at 772-210-1020. So some of the other things that the SBDC does, tell us.
Oh, my goodness. We have an expert on our staff who handles government contracting and tremendously successful in our results in getting manufacturers, other business entities to move into the government contracting provision to build their revenues. And it's challenging, it's bureaucratic. He shepherds people right through that process. We have an export marketing professional on our team who works with Enterprise Florida and helps clients develop an export marketing plan to go into other countries to provide their products and services. We help clients get capital access. All of us have some background. My background specifically for many years was in lending. I was a lender, a small business lender. So we work with our clients to get them into the direction to be ready to borrow, to fund their businesses for working capital and these other loans. And that's a tough road.
I got to tell you though, Katherine,
yes.
Thank God for the SBA.
Yes.
You know, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
When COVID hit us,
Yes.
I mean, we didn't get hardly any money for EIDL,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
the PPP. So we had to get a loan from the SBA, and that helped us immensely. So we're still enjoying that, and the interest rates are very fair and reasonable.
Yes, like a little over
So-
3%,
yeah.
30 years. I just spent some time at Fort Myers. I was deployed to get over there.
Was you?
Yes, absolutely. We have a small team over there working with a Herculean effort. I mean, I'm talking my daughter who teaches at the Florida Gulf Coast University, 2 colleagues, houses, cars, everything gone, living in
goodness.
tents.
My goodness.
So honestly, the need was so dire. So since my daughter lives there, I was able to go over there and work with that team in a business recovery center with the SBA specialists, the disaster loan specialists, to get as many people moving through this process because they're in shock. Honestly, when you some of the people that I met with, I have to tell you, it was really emotionally draining. Talking about emotional intelligence,
Sure.
having some detachment,
Sure.
because they were couldn't imagine losing everything. They can't get a tax return. They can't get records. They're
right.
gone.
That's right.
They're gone, and they had no internet connectivity in many cases for so long. So I mean, they're limping back, and I'm just praying that this storm
Yes.
doesn't affect them again.
And to your point, I mean,
Yeah.
we're dealing with clients in that area.
Yes.
And they don't. I talked to a lady last week who lost her home
Yes.
on Sanibel Island. Lost
Everything.
everything.
Yes. Leveled.
And right now living at a hotel. And trying to
Yeah.
sign up for Medicare. So, the world doesn't stop turning
It
because
doesn't.
a hurricane causes great devastation and
Right.
destruction.
Right.
So we're a human race. We've got to be there to help support one another and lift everybody up, man.
Absolutely.
I mean, the not to get on a tangent, but I'll just
No,
say
it's a good tangent.
I'll say
Compassion
this,
and
that,
empathy.
You know, the political temperature
Yes.
that we're faced with today is just ridiculous. I hate it, and we just need to get people to vote in the people that are willing to work across the aisle and help one another.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, it's not about the politicians. Come on, guys. It's about the American people.
Sure.
It's get focused on the American people, for
Sure.
God's sakes.
And all good
leave the
changes start at
politics aside.
grassroots. All good changes
Correct.
start at the grassroots.
Correct.
With people that will stay with it.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
There needs to be a change.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I just want to emphasize the fact that if you're a small business owner, it is hard. It's hard. Tom has been with me almost from the beginning, and he's seen our humble beginnings,
Mm-hmm.
working out of a 10 by 10 little office in an attorney's office,
Yeah.
growing from that, not collecting a paycheck, sold my home as working capital because I had the vision, I had the passion, which you spoke about earlier. And, being an entrepreneur isn't for the weak of heart.
It is
But
not.
But I wished I would have known about you, Katherine.
I know.
5 years ago, because
Yeah.
the trajectory of my business would have been a lot different.
Yeah, we work very closely with people on their business planning. We have wonderful resources and tools. We subscribe to many research databases, which I really want to get that out. Yeah, so that we can help our clients do marketing, digital media.
Your phone number.
My phone number. So again, I do have a phone number, and I answer that voicemail regardless within 24 hours. It's 772-419-5694. I'm a full-time consultant as well as the associate director for the Small Business Development Center, and really, I really look forward to working with your group further, Gary, with the DISC program and this.
I'm excited to do it.
intelligence.
Again, I did it. We did, as I mentioned before, we
Yeah.
did the DISC. I was telling Tom, we did the DISC assessment with Leadership Class 31, the Martin
Yes.
County Leadership, and it was eye-opening.
Yeah.
Eye-opening. It
Yeah.
was really great. So I know that Tom's going to like it, enjoy it. And when we settle down from Medicare open enrollment,
Sure.
we're
I
We're
understand.
excited to have you come in and meet with everybody individually.
to
It's
it.
going to be great. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
I know it is.
Our collaboration and our partnership, and
Sure.
and you genuinely do care about small business,
Oh.
and I love that, and the people and the staff in that business.
And I'm part of a team that all are the same with the same level of commitment. I've said this so many times, but I've never worked with people just more committed. They are. This is not a career building trajectory work. We work with genuine passion and commitment because we really want to be doing this work.
You're boots on the ground.
Yeah, we're
with
boots
these
on the ground.
business owners.
Yes, totally.
So that's amazing. We're gonna transition to the second segment of our show, and I'm gonna ask Katherine to stay with us because we're gonna keep her included, and maybe we might quiz her on some topics to see what she knows, because she is a very intelligent lady, and I am so blessed.
Don't set that bar too high.
All right, so we're going to do the quote of the day. So every show, Tom, I think maybe we should do the quote of the day maybe at the beginning of the show to set the precedent for the day.
That's
for
a
the
good
show.
idea.
So
Great idea.
the quote of the day today is, sometimes the bad things that happen in our lives put us directly on the path to the best things that will ever happen to us. Isn't that amazing?
I believe that.
I like it.
Well, I'm living it. I'm living proof that that's the case.
Me too.
That is the truth. The bad things that have happened in my life has put me right here where I'm at today.
Yeah, I think that's true for me too.
Yeah, it's an amazing thing. So, and so today we're gonna before we do our fun health fact. This is interesting stuff. This is something that hits me right square in the face. So I'm dealing with that right now. But before we get there, Tom, let's hit the top 10 real quick. 10 fun facts about tropical depressions. Since tropical depression, Nicole, is bearing down on us and on our coastline, so I thought this would be appropriate to discuss. So, number one, maximum sustained surface winds, Katherine, are from what to what in a tropical depression?
Whoa.
So a tropical storm, rather. I'm sorry. So you have a tropical depression that forms into a tropical storm.
Yeah.
What are the miles per hour winds?
Well, I think maybe up to 50. I don't know where they start, what the bottom number.
39 to 73
Oh, okay.
is a tropical storm. Tom.
Tropical storms represent an intermediate stage between a tropical depression and a full-on hurricane.
Okay.
Or, a hurricane is also known as a tropical cyclone. Tropical storms can occur in any of the Earth's ocean basins.
The horizontal dimensions average about 100 miles. Some, of course, bigger, some smaller, but an average of 100.
I can run that in about 10 minutes.
I'm sure you can. In your plane, maybe in your plane you could.
Well, when I was a kid, I'd watch Flash Gordon, think I was a Flash Gordon. Number 5, tropical storms are assigned a name once they reach speeds of what, Katherine?
Oh, gosh. I don't know the answer.
What's the minimum speed?
Are you going to ring a bell?
What's the minimum speed of a tropical
Yes.
storm?
50?
39.
39.
39.
And
Yes.
45% of tropical storms continue to intensify into a hurricane.
So almost half.
45%.
Almost half of tropical storms turn into a hurricane.
And they're thinking this one might
Well,
turn
not
into
to
a
throw a
hurricane.
wrench into this, but this one is still called subtropical, is it not? Did anybody?
I didn't catch
I
that.
keep seeing the
Is it
weather.
yeah, I guess it is.
I keep seeing the Weather Network try to give us a definition of subtropical versus tropical. Yeah, yeah.
It's probably
I don't
below
know.
a certain
Oh.
latitude, I guess.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Tropical storm usually results in minimal storm surge of less than 4 feet, and most damage is confined to plants, trees, and unanchored structures. I guess like a mobile home or a motor home or things of that nature.
And low-lying areas are prone to flooding from prolonged periods of rain.
And then once winds reach speeds of 157 miles per hour,
Okay.
it becomes a what category hurricane?
Gosh, is that a 3?
5.
Oh my gosh, it's all the way up there.
5.
Wow.
Category
Okay.
5.
Only 4 Category 5 hurricanes have ever made landfall in the United States and occurred between August 17th and September 2nd. Back in 1935, a Labor Day hurricane, Camille in 1969. I remember that.
I remember Andrew.
And Hurricane Harvey in 2017 caused $149 billion in damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Yes, it is.
All right. Well, hey, this is I guess it's a trade-off for living in paradise.
Yeah.
Storms and hurricanes and what have you. I think I would rather deal with a hurricane because we know it's coming days and days out, as opposed to a tornado when you have only minutes or seconds.
Sure.
So-
Although all those tornadoes are spawned by these hurricanes.
That's
and
true.
that seems to be like with Andrew. You mentioned Andrew.
Yes.
When you saw that, it looked like pickup sticks. If you remember
Yes,
looking at that area,
absolutely.
that had to be tornadoes. That just because
Yep.
that was so
It's hor-
concentrated.
it's it's amazing.
Yeah.
The wrath of Mother Nature. And if we don't take care of Mother Earth, we're going to see more of these things and destruction
Yes.
happening, I believe. So we're going to talk about health facts. So, most of you know that I'm a whiskey aficionado. And I love drinking wine. A nice bottle of Cabernet is an amazing thing. But as I get older, Catherine, my body is telling me, Gary, you can't be doing this 7 days a week. I can't have a cocktail because when we leave the office, I'm stressed. I'd like to go home, have a nice glass of wine or a nice cocktail, and chill out. But I have to learn to moderate.
Oh, sure.
So, starting yesterday, I am taking a sabbatical from alcohol for the week and only hit it on the weekend for now. Tom has completely cut it out now for, it's been 8 months?
To the
Really?
day.
8 months.
the day.
That's amazing.
And
you feel totally different.
I do. I've read a lot about the effects of alcohol on the body many years ago, and I've kind of known it, and I've studied it, being in the health insurance industry. So it was, and it was very easy. For me, it's just another thing not to do. Anyway. So I feel great.
Yep.
Great. Lost weight pretty much instantly.
And that's what I need to do. So I've
Yeah.
got 30 pounds to lose.
I bet you're sleeping better too, right? I mean, most people who stop.
I believe
Yeah.
a lot of those
Yeah.
effects.
Insomnia,
Feeling better, clear-minded, and
Yeah.
a lot of things.
Have you
Yeah.
substituted anything? Do you find yourself?
I snort a lot of cocaine. No. Yeah.
You're talking about Coca-Cola
I was
now,
thinking
right?
Coca-Cola,
No
Tom.
Coca-Cola.
No
That's probably
Coca-Cola.
worse than the alcohol.
That's probably true.
You're not
Well,
kidding.
no, and I was just joking about the cocaine, but no, I just have fun no matter what. I'm
Oh,
a
good for
fun-loving
you.
person.
I mean,
I
sometimes
like to
they
have
say
a party.
to replace a bad habit, you replace it with another good habit, and 30 days,
Right.
and then, I mean, I don't know. I think that's what I would have to do if I gave up my Pinot Noir.
Yeah.
Hate to say it, but
I can't even explain it. I don't even think about it or miss
good
it.
for
So
you.
Yeah, so like some of the things that, I was reading on, like inflammation and inflammatory damage. I mean, the liver itself, all right? It obviously could cause liver disease and chronic liver inflammation. Obviously, the toxins and waste build up in your body. Chronic liver inflammation can cause scarring and cirrhosis. I mean, we know about that. Sugar levels on the pancreas helps regulate how your body uses insulin and responds to glucose. So that's another issue. Central nervous system. Over time, alcohol can cause damage to your central nervous system. Again, help you to not think clearly. Issues with memories. So that's been an issue happening with me. So that's why I got to be careful. And also can lead to gas, bloating, abdominal pain, ulcers, hemorrhoids, diarrhea, high blood pressure, irregular heartbeat, stroke, heart attack, heart disease, heart failures, and affects sexual and reproductive health. So now,
So now I'm a
keyword
love
is
machine.
Moderation on alcohol. All right, and more water. So we're going to come to the second commercial break. So we'll be back with you in just about another 60 to 90 seconds. You're listening to the Quality of Life radio show with Gary Owen and Tom the Bouvier. We'll be right back.
age comes with wisdom, and wisdom comes with benefits. That's especially true when it comes to Medicare. So make the wise call and go to CignaWise.com to compare your Medicare Advantage plan to Cigna today. Cigna offers dental coverage and $0 primary doctor visits in most areas. Hearing, vision, and an over-the-counter allowance all in one plan. You can even earn rewards for doing healthy activities. So go to CignaWise.com and compare your Medicare Advantage plans to Cigna today. Again, that website is CignaWise.com. Cigna Medicare Advantage. Because wisdom comes with benefits. Benefit options vary by plan and service area. You must reside in the plan service area. Cigna is contracted with Medicare for PDP plans, HMO, and PPO plans in select states, and with select state Medicaid programs. Enrollment in Cigna depends on contract renewal.
Hello, this is Gary Owen of the Owen Insurance Group. We are a local independent insurance agency located right here on the Treasure Coast. I've been a resident here for 34 years and have helped thousands of clients with their insurance planning needs. We specialize in life, health, and Medicare insurance planning. Don't travel the road alone. Let us be your guide. We are the Owen Insurance Group. Contact us today at 772-210-1020 or visit our website at oweninsurancegroup.net.
You are listening to WSTU, Stewart, Jupiter, and Indiantown, Martin County's Heritage Station.
All right, welcome back to the Quality of Life Radio Show. We're going to talk a little bit now, transition to the third segment of our show as we have 17 minutes left on today's show. A little bit about Medicare and what's going on out there and what's going on with our clients and what's going on with Social Security and Medicare call centers. Well, have you ever called Medicare or Social Security? Have you ever waited more than an hour? Yes, you have. I always instruct my clients to bring a novel and read it so you don't get frustrated and hang up. I can't tell you the number of times people try to call and get sick and tired of waiting and waiting and waiting, and they get frustrated and they hang up. And then they call Owen Insurance Group at 772-210-1020, and they ask us, we're not getting any help from Social Security or Medicare. I need help signing up for my Medicare. Would you help us? And Tom, what do we usually say to those requests?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So if you need help, give us a call. To add insult to injury, call center workers now are in a strike over pay and working conditions with Medicare and ACA. So if you think that your wait times were long before, it's going to get better.
2 novels.
So workers who handle calls have walked off the job in Louisiana, Mississippi, Kentucky, and Virginia today, demanding better pay and a less stressful workload. I demand that every day, but I never get it. The workers are employed by Maximus, which is a federal contractor, and they're asking for a pay raise up to $25 an hour. Anyway, they have about 34,000 employees nationwide, but only a small segment have gone on strike at the 4 call centers. About 400 workers have gone on strike. And then also, want to remind everybody about the Medicare deceptive marketing schemes that are out there and that are prevalent. You will probably have seen it already. These mailers that look official, they're official government mailers. Be careful because they are scams, and it's amazing. I could sit here and read what's going on out there, and it makes me sick to see that there are scumbags out there who are conducting nefarious strategies to get you to call a toll-free number to give up your information. And then maybe you said, no, I'm not interested, but they find out later that they were enrolled in a Medicare Advantage plan they didn't even ask to be. So be very careful what you do. Tom and I always suggest that you work with a local agency. If it's not us, that's fine. We don't understand why that would be, but at least work with a local independent agency, an agent or a broker that represents you for the various carriers, not just a single carrier or a single plan like what you see on television. So you call those 800 numbers, you have no idea who you're calling, and secondly, you have no idea about the relationship you're about to build, which you're not, because there are no relationships. It's a transaction type of business, so you don't have a relationship as you would with Tom and I, where one of our 300 brokers throughout the state of Florida, where you develop a relationship, where you have an agent for life. If you have a problem, if you have a question, you've got someone local to call, and that's why you should call Owen Insurance Group. And Tom, how do they reach us?
There's a magical number called 772-210-1020.
And by the way, the agency reported a spike in complaints last year due to misleading Medicare Advantage ads, specifically by a certain football player, which I won't mention names. And they received over 40,000 complaints, more than double of that in 2021, or 2020. So it continues, but we're happy to see, though, that CMS is putting kibosh on misleading TV ads beginning January 1st. So no more of these ridiculous, misleading TV advertisements can be ran without first being approved expressly by Medicare. So we're going to get, finally.
Good.
Why it taken so long? Somebody's getting paid off.
It certainly. I mean, it's
for it
a
to go
horrible
on
thing.
this so long.
Horrible thing.
Unbelievable.
I think the most important thing that you just said, Gary, is about building that relationship. Something that important.
Absolutely.
Having a relationship with people like you and Tom.
Absolutely.
People like us. That's where it's at. I mean, I recommend that continually. If you don't have a relationship with the people that are providing the most important services of your life, find it now.
Spot on.
Yeah.
Do your due diligence, right? I mean, don't be afraid to ask questions. How long have you been in business?
Absolutely.
How long have you had an insurance license? How long have you been working in the Medicare space? What additional experience and education have you gained? I mean, these are legitimate questions that you should be asking. So don't be afraid to ask questions. If they don't have the answers, they don't have the right answers, move on.
And also very important that what you said earlier, being an independent broker representing the client or the prospect, is that ask them, do you represent just one company, or are you appointed and licensed with a variety of companies? Right. And how many, and what are they? Because if it's an individual, like at one point in my career, I only could represent one carrier. And so I was not able to I could only offer 2 or 3 plans with that same company, but there were so many other carriers out there that could maybe be a better fit for them.
It's like putting a round peg in a square hole, and you're going to pound on it because it's all you've got to offer.
There's the pressure
That's right.
from those call center workers who are
Right.
licensed agents to get that enrollment, get that person in a
Yeah.
plan, even if it's not the best one for them. It's the best one we can offer, but it's not the best one out there. We can do that at Owen Insurance Group.
Yeah, for sure. And I was getting ready to say, and to Catherine's point, there's not a one-size-fits-all solution, right? So you're out there, you wear a size 10 shoe. Well, Catherine's not going to fit into my shoe. Tom's not going to fit into my shoe. So neither should you, all right? So find the shoe that fits for you. And that shoe is the right Medicare plan for you.
And that's hard for some husband and wives, especially. They've been together and they've been on the same health insurance plan, and they come in and they say, we want the same plan. And I say, well, it's all individual, so let's do the needs dialogue and the discussion. And many times the husband, it's much better on this plan A, versus the wife on plan B. And so be willing to break free from your spouse's or significant other's same plan.
Yep.
Because it's all individual anyway.
So I have 2 stories to share with our audience from from last week. So a lady had called. It was referred to us. She had a birthday last December and missed her Medicare open enrollment. She got busy. She was taking care of a family member who was ailing and selling some properties. So she missed her Part B enrollment. So now Now here we are, almost a year later, and she still needs her Medicare. So what happens, right? So people don't realize that now, because you missed your open enrollment period, now you have to do what's called enrollment in a GEP, or a general enrollment period, that happens January, February, and March of each year. Now, typically what has happened is they will sign up in January, February, March, and then your Part B will take effect July 1. Beginning this year, beginning in January 23, no longer will the consumer have to wait until July for the Part B to be effective. So if you sign up in January, your Part B will be effective in February 1st. If you sign up in February, your Part B would be effective March 1st. If you sign up in March, your Part B will be effective April 1st. No more waiting until July. So we are looking to see if she said she contacted Social Security about 4 or 5 months ago. They said they'd taken care of her Part B enrollment. She should be ready to go, but I'm dubious about that, Tom.
Until she gets her card in the mail.
And she has not received a card.
Red, white, and blue card.
What we can do, we can search. Owen Insurance Group has a tool. It's called a Marks Lookup, that we can look up a Medicare beneficiary's information. So if you do have Part B, we can find out, and we can find out if it's effective and what those dates are. So we can do that for our clients. So that was one thing that happened. So please, big piece of advice, don't keep your head in the sand. Don't be an ostrich. When you're turning 65, I mean, you're going to be inundated. I can't tell you how horrible and disgusting it is. But your phone is going to, the people that we talk to, they're turning 65, are getting 40 to 50 calls a day. It's ridiculous. Their mailbox is getting flooded with offers. People are knocking on their doors. So just be prepared. All you have to do is one simple thing, and that's call Owen Insurance Group, and we will be your professional, unbiased guide, 772-210-1020, or stop by our office. We're at 1611 Northwest Federal Highway, right behind Key West Diner in Stewart. And trust me, we're cheap. How cheap are we, Tom?
Just as cheap as Katherine's services, a big fat zero. Of course, there's never a cost or obligation when you consult with us. We don't charge you any fee, and we love to help.
Yeah, for sure. And then the second client happened to, they saw my TV commercial. He just retired from FP&L. So he's coming off of the group plan. They're kicking him off the group plan. And so now he's 73 and going on Medicare for the first time. So we're going to get him set up. And his wife just turned 65 a few months ago. And, in having that needs dialogue with him, he says, no, I definitely need to be on a Medicare supplement plan due to, health history and so forth. And I think that's what my wife is on that plan, Medigap plan. I said, well, do you know what it says on the card? Is there a letter? No, it's, I won't mention the name, but here we come to find out it's not Medicare supplement. It's definitely a Medicare Advantage plan. He goes, oh my God. Oh, wow. We were told it was a Medicare supplement. No, people don't know, Tom. They don't know.
Even new agents give out false information. They got their license because the company paid them. They went through a 3 or 4 week training seminar, and they still can barely spell Medicare, but they're giving advice to people who are looking to them. And this is their health insurance for the rest of their life. They have to get it correct. And
get it right.
Gary and you and I are experienced, many, many years helping literally thousands of people, along with our other dedicated agents. We can help clarify all of these questions for you.
Yeah, so the great thing is that we instructed him that everything is good because she has pre-existing conditions. So typically what happens is if you start on a Medicare Advantage plan and you want to switch to a supplement, like last night I asked my audience at a Medicare workshop, so can you switch from Medicare Advantage plan to a supplement plan anytime without any problems or limitations? Almost everyone raised their hand, yes, you can switch. again, lack of knowledge, lack of information. So the answer is no. The only time that you typically can switch to a supplement without underwriting questions is during the first 12 months of turning 65. It's a trial right period. You can, no matter your health situation, you can switch to a supplement guaranteed issue. These are the things you have to know. You have to be educated and informed. And at Owen Insurance Group, that is what we do. My competitors, all they want is a commission. We want family members, and our clients are family, and we treat you all like family. So it's important that you work with an agency that has the credibility, that has the experience, the professionalism, and the expertise to help be your guide, to educate you, to inform you, so you can make the best decision about your Medicare plan.
Absolutely, Gary. And so if you are on a Medicare plan, whether you're on a Medicare Advantage or Medicare supplement with a prescription drug plan, call us for that annual review. It's no cost or obligation. We can let you know what those plans will look like for 2023 to see if there's something better for you. And just last night, Gary, two husband and wife in my own community, I was able to review their Medicare supplements, and of course encourage them in their case to stay with it, which I always would recommend. And to review their Part D prescription drug plan, we put them on a new plan for 2023. The estimate savings for the husband was like $950 for the wife, literally $1,100. If they would have just done nothing and stayed on the same plan, their family would be out of pocket an extra $2,000. Wow. So so
that's what we do.
$2,000. I may not be the superhero like Batman or whoever.
I think you look like Batman.
But we are insurance superheroes.
All right. I love that stuff. And again, this is what we do every single day. We work for you. We do all the heavy lifting so you don't have to, because we know it's convoluted. It's crazy. It's confusing. So we will help simplify Medicare planning. And then, and there's a lot of new Medicare Advantage plans out there. Again, we will find the plan that fits your specific needs. We're not going to shove something down your throat and say, here, sign up here because we get paid higher commissions over here. We're not going to do that. We're going to find the plan that fits your specific needs, whether it's a supplement or whether it's a Medicare Advantage plan. So we will absolutely be your guide. And we'll take you by the hand, and we will treat you like family. Because, Tom, we are superheroes.
We are?
We are superheroes. To our clients, we are superheroes. And again, finally, our number again is 772-210-1020. And it is an honor to have Katherine Culhane with us from the SBDC.
My pleasure.
Wonderful.
This has been fun.
Katherine, the phone number to reach out to the SBDC is 772-419-5694.
Perfect.
So if you're a small business owner, you want to reach out to Katherine, and she will get you on the road to success like she is helping us here at Owen Insurance Group. So we appreciate the collaboration.
I'd like to add what a great team you have behind you.
We are blessed.
You really are.
We are blessed.
When I talk about our team, I feel very strongly about it. And I met yours. Yours is great.
We're very happy about
really
that.
good.
All right, so next week, the special guest on our show will be Sean, the one and only Sean Williams of Marine Bank and Trust. And Tom and I will continue to espouse our knowledge and give you the information that you need. Thanks for joining us. Stay safe, keep healthy, be happy, and enjoy your quality of life.